friends again. Finished my visit to the winery Mali Podrum Radovanović. I believe it used to be called Mali Podrum Radovanović, but now obviously only Podrum Radovanović. I will be making a turn here. Yes, okay is the selection. I tried some practically one of their best sellers. It's the combination of Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. 30% Franc, the rest is Sauvignon. The highway is so close, but I'll need to go some 15 kilometers probably around to reach this point again. Actually, now I will be measuring, to be honest. So let's say now it's 7, 8, 6 to 7. Okay. This visit will be practically one of my new projects. Is the visiting small wineries in Serbia. I'm one of the. My wife and I are quite big consumers of wine. We like it simply, so why not? Therefore, and we also quite, we like domestic wines. We are not so, we do not belong to the posh consumers that need to have some elite foreign wines. No, okay, from every here and there, if I find some bargain, so to say, I do buy some foreign wines. There was one very good wine that I recently found at Lidl, you would not believe, and I bought a couple of boxes. Actually, several boxes. But this is rather an exception. And just lately, last week, they also had some special action devoted to Spain, and they had an offer of various Spanish wines, and I found one interestingly white wine that we liked, so I also bought a couple of boxes. Well, a couple. Bit more than a couple. It's the Rueda, type of wine from Valladolid. That one we just simply liked it, and then why not? It's not any. I don't think that it's any famous producer or whatever. Just we tasted, we liked it. The same happened to the red one. The red in the Lidl was Temporale. This is the main road. Temporale Luigi. Maybe let's switch on the nav. Sat nav. Because I don't recall the. Yes, I recall this was the road. Oh yeah, this was the main road. So 2 kilometers to here. And then okay, there is this mobile phone application called Vivino. that I also use because I have some problem in memorizing everything. This application is quite suitable, I have to say, and it's quite a help to me when I, for instance, yeah, if I'm in Greece or any area that I'm not familiar with so much, then I do the testing of wine. I mean, do the testing, just see the score, read a couple of comments, and then understand whether to buy or not. But in general, I tend almost always to buy one bottle, try it. If I like it, yes. If I don't like it, no. Okay, sometimes it depends on many factors. There were cases that a wine that I tried once, and for instance I didn't like it initially. When I tried it for the second time under slightly different circumstances, then I liked it, etc. Yeah, it can happen. But in general, buy a bottle, try it, and then see if it's suitable. Again, the Kafana restaurant, Carigradski Drum. So we now can take this road to Smederevo, but I was tempted of doing that way, but at the end decided not to do so, because my also host in the winery advised me maybe that it is better to go back to Velika Plana, and so the whole circle back, rather than going to Smederevo, because now practically what we are doing, we are going the opposite direction, driving parallel to the highway, and then at Velika Plana we'll be joining the highway again. I mean, we'll be Rupe na putu. Okay, yeah. There are the small wineries in Serbia are now growing like mushrooms after the rain, as we say in Serbia. And not only now or over the recent years, but there is already a couple of years back. For quite a long time, one of my favorites was Aurelius Kovacevic. I'm talking about red wines, and yeah, it was a quite good balance of the very good quality and reasonable price, so to say. Then they, for some reason, stopped making that wine and switched to making Barrique only. Also Aurelius, but Barrique, which I didn't like that much. So I stopped drinking that wine. And then I switched, again talking about red wines, switched to Tarpoš. And then we were drinking Tarpoš for quite some period of time. And Tarpoš is still good. From time to time I again buy some Aurelius, but in the meanwhile we were of course trying various other wines. But none of them actually was so convenient for, let's say, buying it in a more, I mean, not larger quantities, but essentially we drink practically every day. More or less one bottle every day, the two of us. So it is a quantity, honestly. With regards to white wines, there was a period when I was drinking exclusively Krokan. The story about Krokan is very interesting. Let me also then I switched to Tamjanika Spasic, because I really like this smell and taste of Tamjan. The smell of Tamjan, essentially. And Tamjanika Spasic is still one. I mean, now I see that they have launched some edition, more expensive edition. I bought a bottle. I will try and let you know how does it feel. But more about Krken. I knew the owner back then of Krken brand. A very clever lady that managed to protect the brand. Krken wine is growing. I mean, the grape out of which the Krken wine is made is only growing at one river island, at Tisa River. 17 hectares is the total surface of the vineyards, and it's so much protected geographically that geographical origin, that the Krken name can be only carried if the wine is from that particular river island and that particular vineyard. There was a state socially owned company, Sokolac, that was practically in charge for it, but then this company, during the transition and all the events from the 90s, went bankrupt essentially. So what this lady did, she bought the right to bottle and protected the geographical origin and the name Krken. And her company, and then there was no need for her to buy the vineyard because she had this contract. But apparently in Serbia, the contracts, the story with Serbia is quite interesting. The legal system in Serbia is the biggest cancer of this society, I have to say. By far the biggest cancer of the society. So the value of contract is practically nothing. So if there are people that are willing to take from you what is legitimately yours, they'll find a way to do it, and they will get away with it easily, because the court system and the whole legal system and the court system is ridiculous. I mean, this is the... Okay, let's not go to that direction. I mean, that story, but I will be telling about the story about that in more detail. So there were people that tried to steal this brand from her. There were people that were bottling their own wine with the same name. Of course, it was not legal and legit. She entered into many court cases. These court cases made her essentially bankrupt because it all cost money, and it extends to eternity essentially. I know from a couple of cases where I participated, it's 10-year period in the Serbian court system. It's peanuts, nothing, nada. I have a case of my own that lasts for now more than 10 years. Actually, this is the 10th year, 10 full years. A very simple case. I had a contract that was legitimately signed, but as I said, the contract is meaningless. Meaningless as far as the interpretation of Serbian judges are concerned. Of course, I'll have to sue the state for there is luckily some, but the compensation for that is ridiculously low. There is something that is called the trial in a reasonable time period. So the 10-year time period is definitely not reasonable for a simple trial. But never mind. I mean, as I said, I'm not going to elaborate much more on that. The story of, this was the story about Krken wine. So they brought this lady practically to the bankrupt. I mean, the guy, I mean, I don't want to tell you about which politicians were involved in the whole story So if you secure support of a politician, you can still essentially whatever you want from whomever you want without any consequence. You will be entered, of course you will enter a court case, but the court case will last forever, and by then ko živ ko mrtav, as we say in Serbia, whoever survives. Okay, we have reached Velika Plana. Okay, that much for now, I would say. So to sum up the two wines that I liked with regards to, and I was using a lot in the past, is with regards to red wines, Aurelius Kovačević and Tarpoš. Vinaria Vrbica was the name because of the village Vrbica in, next to Aranđelovac. But then the whole winery was practically renamed according to that wine that was obviously a big hit, to Tarpoš. And white wines, the famous Krokan. It's a muscat, so you have to drink it very cold. I mean, at least I do it that way. It's possible that I made a mistake again, probably yes, or not, no, not. And Tamjanika Spasić. Tamjanika Spasić. I tried also some other Tamjanika, for instance Tota Suza, etc. But Spasić was pretty much exactly hitting my taste. Okay, here we will be, or I will be turning left, and so as you, or so will you. EMP, it means elektronska naplata putarine, the electronic charge of the pay toll. Patarina, as the Macedonians would say. Okay, that much for now. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.